Thanks for having us out here today. It is such a beautiful place. I've been watching the dolphins, the fish, and it's just so peaceful. Tell us a little bit about what this place means to you.
This is where I've written most of my book. This is where I've prepared for some of my largest deals, and it's really a special place to me. It's a source of inspiration. My family and I really enjoy it out here a lot. One of our favorite things to do is to sit out here, have a bottle of champagne, just talk to each other. After a busy week, we're looking out at dolphins or we're going fishing, and we just sit here and just enjoy each other. We really love this place.
You stand over 6'8" tall, and I can imagine that would be a little intimidating. Does that help you or hurt you in your career?
You know, I think when I first started in my career, it kind of hurt because I was so eager and so ambitious, and I think it was too much. But what I've really learned to do, when you're as big as I am, you have to soften your verbiage, you have to listen more than talk, and you have to really be engaging and likable, even more so than anyone else.
You have enjoyed so much success at every level of your career. What continues to motivate you to reach further success?
I recently left my role as a head of sales so that I could devote the rest of my life to helping other people. But it's funny, when you look at what really motivates me, my family, I want to give them the best life. I want them to look up to me, number one. And number two, just like when I first started, I'm scared to death to fail every single day.
You talk a lot about that you're not a motivational speaker. So how does your approach differ from that of a motivational mindset?
First of all, I think that motivational speakers are excellent, but I'm very different than that specific mantra. My mantra is not to fire you up and say, you can do it. My mantra is to prepare you for the real life skills that you're going to need to be effective, successful, and make more money every day through the eyes of somebody that sat in front of thousands of the most difficult executives you could ever imagine. I want to bring effectiveness for people into every interaction.
So some people are calling you the Tony Robbins of sales and effectiveness. So what parallels do you see between the two of you?
First of all, I have nothing but respect for him, and I think I think we're about the same height, being 6'8", but what he does and what I do are very, very different. He's an outstanding motivational speaker. He's really a legend in what he's done. What I do is, through the eyes of somebody that has sat in front of thousands of executives and closed a lot of business, my mantra is helping people that are in front of people every day close more deals and bring effectiveness into every aspect of their lives.
What was the inspiration for the development of your methodologies?
When I first started out, I was a kid out of college. I was handed a stack of business cards and a stack of brochures and said, best of luck to you. I was scared to death to fail. And so that's what I brought into it. And I really saw early on, if you don't have a methodology, you can't expect to be successful. And that's the only way you learn from each mistake, is developing a new methodology.
One of the things that you're best known for is helping people master their personal introductions. Explain why that's important.
I can't tell you how many times I would cringe when someone next to me was doing a name, rank, and serial number introduction. You have to get people to buy into you before they buy anything that you want. So I help do a masterful job of presenting themselves and get great first impression, great buy-in, likability right from the start.
Describe your unique approach to embracing the no's.
Well, that's what I talk about in overcoming objections. Nobody likes no, nobody likes objections, but objections help you hone your skills and be more effective in every aspect of your life. I've gotten to the point, I love no's, because no is an opportunity to turn it into a yes.
You refer to setting the table, and something tells me that you're not talking about dinner time. Elaborate on that concept for me.
You know, one of the most important parts of a meeting or any interaction is when you first meet someone and you hear the words, have a seat. And when they say have a seat, you think to yourself, set the table. And what that basically is, it's setting the expectations, it's aligning your thought process, it's aligning the goals of whatever interaction it's going to be, and it's putting that other person at ease so that they buy in, their mind is receptive, and you have a much better quality of meeting.
I'm sure you've often heard CEOs say, I hate salespeople. What can you possibly say when you hear that?
And it's not just CEOs. I hear that so commonly, I hate salespeople. And I think the irony of that is, we're all salespeople. You know, I have a chapter in my upcoming book. It's called Like It or Not, You're in Sales. And everyone around you, every time you do anything in life, from your personal relationships or your professional ones, whether you're up for a promotion, a job interview, or a relationship, you have to sell that other person on who you are, what you offer, and how you're better together. We're all in sales.
You talk a lot about the ability to ask for what you want and it being one of the keys to effectiveness, yet so many people struggle with it.
Yeah.
Why do you think people struggle?
You know, I think that all of us have an underlying fear, and I can speak for myself. I was scared to death when I first started. When they handed me a phone and said, okay, go and call 200 people, I was scared to death. And I think when you hear a no, I think it triggers fear in all of us. But I think turning that into positivity and a solid methodology can really be impactful.
You've referred to some tools that you bring to the table to further success. Is there anything you can tell us about that?
Well, I don't want to give away too many of my secrets, but I will say that there are very specific things that you can do, there are things you can say, and there are things that you can present in a way that can be much more effective. And I found some of them to be shocking in improving the percentage or the probability that you'll win business.
You've enjoyed a lot of success globally. You're well known in the sales world. How have you taken that and transitioned into coaching?
A lot of times you see people that want to play, they don't coach. And people that coach don't often play. I'm that rare person that when I started coaching, it was because I needed my team to learn from my mistakes. And then over time, I just really enjoyed transforming people, transforming organizations. And as much of a thrill as I get out of closing deals, I'm equally as excited about helping others and watch them transform as well.
I know you've had a lot of success coaching on an individual basis, as well as within the large-scale setting of an organization. So when you go into an organization, what are the things that you're looking for?
Well, one of the things that I strongly believe is that whether it's individual coaching or it's large organization coaching, I like to look at an organization first. And I think one of the number one goals is your top 20% is always going to do great. Your bottom 20 might not ever be a fit. But if you can take that middle 60% and you can transform them from good to great, you can make an outstanding impact on any organization.
You talk a lot about your methodologies helping both on a business level and a personal level. Tell me a little bit about how this helps people in their everyday personal interactions, and love to have an example.
Sure, you know, whether it's a boardroom on Wall Street or a living room on Main Street, it's still two people in a room. And I found you have to be effective in everything you do. Whether you're selling somebody, you know, you look at somebody going out on a first date as an example. Everything that I teach applies to that. If you think about it, it's first impressions, it's your introductions, it's how you set the table when you first come in, it's overcoming objections, and it's asking for what you want. It's the same in any interaction.
There's a lot of hype, a lot of people anticipating the release of your new book. What can you tell us about that?
Well, what the overarching theme of the book is bringing effectiveness into every interaction, whether it's corporate, whether it's personal. It's being effective, it's being persuasive, and it's being successful in every interaction.
I think all of us want to be successful no matter what our career choices, what our relationship choices. Why are you interested in helping others?
One of the things that I found is that people don't really live their lives from a corporate perspective or a personal perspective with a clear-cut methodology. And I found if you have a methodology in everything you do, you're going to be fantastically successful in all aspects of life. And that's what I try to help them with.
We hear a lot about life trainers, life coaches, even motivational speakers, but you maintain that you are none of those. So explain what you do.
I provide not charts and graphs and models where I find people really struggle. I don't provide scripts either, where I say, you say this and you'll be successful, but rather I give them a clear methodology so that they can use their words, their experience, and turn it into their success. And I think that's what's been really great about it.
A lot of people see you and your success and say, of course it's easy to be happy. Push the money aside. Push those $500 million in sales aside. When it comes right down to it, what is true happiness in life?
I've really decided that the meaning of life is making good memories with those that you love. And what really motivates me to be successful is the great memories that I can make with my daughters and my lovely wife. And then also, I love transforming people and helping people. And if I can do those two things, I have a pretty amazing life.
After 20 years of success in the business, being at the top of your game, at the top of your industry, why not retire? A lot of people would hang it up now.
You know, every morning when I get up, I'm excited, I'm thrilled. I've just recently, as you know, transitioned from being a sales leader and a sales producer for many years to now devoting the rest of my career to helping others. And I get up in the morning excited every day.
What do you want your legacy to be?
You know, I don't want to be remembered as somebody that was just a great speaker who put on a great show. I want to be remembered as somebody who passionately helped people be more effective in every interaction.
How do you feel about a career more in the public eye now? Are you ready to embrace that?
I think so. I'm really excited about it, but you know, we'll see, yes.